You pick 'em, we play 'em. Send your request to radio@keysdan.com.
RadioWhat.com.
What's up, party people? It's Keys Dan, RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com, coming to you live and in living color from the Radio What studios. And this is my podcast, What Makes You Famous. It's an extension of the RadioWhat.com internet radio station that I've been running for quite some time. And if you need DJ services, where do you go? DJLittleRock.com. Check availability and get a free price quote. Hey, it's easy. You can have me, possibly. Hey, let me entertain you. Let me play for you at your wedding, your get-togethers, your events, your corporate events, your karaoke jams, your bar mitzvahs. I haven't done a bar mitzvah since I was in Miami. I'd like to get back into those. But anything, I like to play for the people, and I'd like to bend to whatever you like. Coming up on the program today, the excitement is building. Anna Brinker Music, found her on Instagram. She seems like a cool chick. Just, country singing and just fun to follow. Very smiley and got her guitar out there. And I don't know much more about Anna Brinker, but we're going to find out more together right here on the What Makes You Famous podcast. Yes, we will. This week's shows for me, I'll be at the Old Post Barbecue on Thursday in Russellville, Arkansas. It's the karaoke jam, and they got great barbecue at the Old Post in Russellville, and they got adult beverages, frosty beverages. So I keep the music family friendly. So bring the kids, bring everybody, bring the whole town of Russellville right to the Old Post Barbecue on Thursday. That's from 6 to 9 this Thursday. And then on Friday nights, Friday night, it's the adult show at the Rab in Conway, Arkansas. Over 21, please. Come on out. They got a full bar, the kitchen, and they have a pool tournament. So if you want to make some money while you're hanging out at the Rab doing some singing and dancing, why not join the pool tournament? They got 4 brand new tables, so I think they have a total of 10 tables. They're turning it into a really competitive pool hall. And thankfully, they let me be on the other side of the room because it's a really big club. The Rab is huge, I tell you. They got enough room for the 10 pool tables on one side and still quite enough room on the other side for me. The dance floor, they got chairs and tables set up. Like I said, they have the full bar, the kitchen. They got the wings, the burgers, and the Jersey Girl Pizza. You don't want to miss out on that. Check out the Jersey Girl Pizza. It's delish, I tell you, at the Rab, Conway, Arkansas. That starts at 8 p.m., and we go until about 2 in the a.m. All right. I need to get a hold of Anna Brinker Music. Let me give her a call. Calling Anna Brinker now.
Hello.
Anna Brinker, please.
Hey, this is she.
Of Anna Brinker Music?
Yes, this is her.
Oh, this is Keys Dan from the What Makes You Famous podcast calling. How's your day?
It was great. How was yours?
Oh, I drive around a lot. I think I start out many of my podcasts with, I just spent the whole day driving around. So that's what I do. I seem to drive around a lot of these days.
Wow, that's awesome.
I guess I get to meet people all day long, and
yeah.
I'm getting to meet you, Anna Brinker, at least on the phone. I know you're not that far away from me. I'm in Conway, Arkansas, and you're in Stuttgart, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right outside in a little town called Ullum.
Ullum.
Yeah,
all right.
Just act like you're meditating, like Om. That's what someone else called it once. So.
Oh my, that sounds like the town. Like 7 people and 1 coon dog.
I mean, literally, we have 3 dogs, so that's probably, it's pretty close.
Okay. All right. Well, give the people a little tidbit of who Anna Brinker is.
Well, currently I am trying to pursue my music career. I do sell insurance for a living Monday to Friday. I just have always loved music, and it's just been something that speaks to my heart. And I mean, I know some people just have hobbies, but man, this is just kind of taken my heart a little further than that. So it's sort of just like a fire that burns that I feel like I need to keep going, keep shoveling the coal on it and keep it, flaming. So we just, I'm thankful for my husband and my dad, and they're always encouraging me. So it helps a lot. And my husband's like the biggest promoter ever. I told him if anything ever happens and I get paid one day real good for something, I'll cut him a share of it. So it's a running joke.
Yeah, I think I recently saw a joke on Facebook. It says, "Hey, honey, if I win the lotto, what would you do?" And she said, "I'd take half and leave you." So he said, "Well, here, I won $12 on this lottery ticket. Here's 6. Get out." Terrible.
Ain't
terrible.
That just our luck?
It's just terrible. All right, Anna Brinker, since you took it to family,
Yes.
Where are you from?
Oh, man. All over.
Omnipresence. I like that in a country singer.
Yes. All over. I was born in Illinois, so a lot of my family is still, Illinois, Missouri, some up in Wisconsin, but in Arkansas, it's just my mom, my dad, and I, and then my husband and my married family. So
okay, well, let's take that journey. Where in Illinois?
Well, I was born in Pittsfield. A lot of my family is Nebo. It's a little bitty town. I'm not super familiar with it because I of course, we moved away when I was younger than 1, but Daddy grew up as a kid there, and he's 83, so it's been a long time since he's been back. But Mom grew up there too, and like I said, I've got family there. I'm actually going to visit the end of October. It's kind of a surprise for my grandma, so we're excited.
Don't tell Grandma about this podcast just yet.
That's right. I'll be like, don't watch that yet.
You know she's going to listen to this. You know she's going to, because they're all so proud of you. I'm sure
they are. They're awesome.
Okay. Nebo, Illinois, population 327.
Tiny. And there's probably 1 coon dog.
And 1 coon dog, yes. And they couldn't fit the pony in there. No way. It's not a 1-horse town. It's a no-horse town.
No horse town.
Okay, so you were born there, and you say you left right away. Where'd you go from Nebo?
Well, I know that I had my first birthday. I don't know the name of the town, but it was in Kentucky. I never went to the same school longer than 6 months at a time.
Okay.
One of my brothers was just a little bit ornery, so we had to leave a few times in some places, and so we just kind of kept rolling. And my dad was a truck driver before I was born, so I guess he was just used to the road, and so we just kind of. We actually, my parents live in Bald Knob, Arkansas, which is where I graduated high school.
Yeah. Okay.
Lived there.
I got lost in Bald Knob. Okay. I'm from Miami, Florida, and I got here in 2009, and I got a job as a photographer in the Walmart photo studios. And some of them, I don't think they even have photo studios in them anymore, but they were, part of the Sears thing. And I would go up and down, all of the Walmarts that had the photo studios. And one time after dark, of course I get off at 8:00. I think I was working at the one in Searcy or maybe the one in Batesville. And I'm coming down 167, and I get lost in Bald Knob. Does that sound right?
Yes, that sounds right. Searcy is about 10 minutes away, and my mom and dad and I had our picture taken there in one of those studios probably in like 2006. So.
Hey, maybe it was me. No, it wasn't me.
It might have been
because I got here in 2009. No, it was just before me. Oh, see, I could have taken your picture. Well, maybe one day I'll get to go to a show, an Anna Brinker show, and awesome. Take your picture there. And
how cool would that be?
Yes, it would be so cool. All right, so we're taking a trip with Anna Brinker from Illinois to Kentucky to Bald Knob, maybe? Is that the jump?
There were a bunch of states in between. Oklahoma, Wyoming, Montana, Mississippi, Missouri, Wisconsin. Trying to think. I'm leaving some stuff out. New Mexico, we were there for a bit. Temporarily. I mean, like all over. We finally settled down in 2002 in Bald Knob. We had actually previously in 96 moved there I was in the first grade. We had lived there. We moved away and then just came back in '02, and my parents still live there.
And this is truck driving dad that was making you go all over this fine country of ours.
Yeah, it was actually the coolest things. Like now that I look back on it, because I mean now I'm sort of, I don't want to say like, I don't know how to explain it, like sort of like I have no fear of like if I ever needed to move, if I ever needed to change something. Like it sort of kept that, I don't know, like just not in my mind anymore, like to be like fearful of, or like anxious about change or moving or anything like that. So it's pretty cool. I kind of turned out a little weird, but we all have something.
Well, Anna Brinker, it sets you up to be a touring musician.
Maybe that's what it was.
A person who's tour, a life of a gypsy, if you will.
That's right. I actually have a song called Tumbleweed.
Yes. So did Marty Robbins.
Really, man?
He was drifting along in the tumbling tumbleweeds.
Gosh.
Yes. This is old
school.
That
was actually my country. Dad. My dad plays traditional country. Hank Sr., Merle, Waylon, Willie, all the boys.
Yes.
He's been writing and playing since he was 12. And when we lived in Wisconsin, he had a bunch of music friends. And because we moved around a lot, his music name was Tumbleweed, and he actually got business cards with that name on them.
I like
coolest thing. I still have one. And so I wrote that song, Tumbleweed, in honor of my dad, just kind of thanking him, for the music that he gave me and for, just sort of being there all along and for helping me to be who I am. So it's really exciting.
So is dad still around?
Yes, he is. He actually just celebrated his 83rd birthday in May of this year. And
yes.
He's moving furniture in and out of his house.
Come on.
Swear to God.
All right. So guitar playing, truck driving dad.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes.
So when he goes from town to town, was he playing at the different bars and restaurants at the same time?
I remember he used to play, my mom at one point waitressed at, was it Circle J in Tallahena, Oklahoma, and my dad played music there.
Okay.
So, and then I can remember him, he did a bunch of gigs. It was called, I think it was I'm going to get this wrong. It was like a little restaurant in Richland Center, Wisconsin. I can't think of the name of it, but I remember I have pictures from him playing there too. So I'm
so impressed, Anna Brinker, that you're remembering all these little town names.
Hard.
Oh my goodness! Yes, it has to be. I mean, I've been all over at least I don't think I've really been north of the Mason-Dixon. Wait, I need to put my country twang on it. I don't think I've been north of the Mason-Dixon line ever before. But, I've traveled all down the south in this country of ours, and you've lived it. You've actually stayed in these places and gotten little feels, little flavors. Do you think that affects your creativity?
I kind of think so. Just because, like, the memories that come along with it. I mean, each place was different. Like you said, each place had its own thing. And, I mean, it definitely, I feel like, has an effect on definitely who I am, but then following, of course, my songwriting. So I definitely think so.
Oh.
And it's funny that earlier you said something about from town to town. That's also a line in Tumbleweed. It's like rolling around from town to town. It's kind of cool. So,
okay. Yeah. Have you even heard Marty Robbins drifting along with the tumbling tumbleweeds?
I haven't. I have to admit, and I am a little embarrassed to say that I have not.
I'm going to think that your dad must have played it for you at a tender young age, before you even could think. And maybe it affected you somehow because it's a classic country song. Well, no, I would say it's a Western song because, we play both kinds of music around here, country and Western.
That's right.
That's
best of both worlds.
That's a line from the Blues Brothers movie. They end up going to some town, Bob's Country Bunker, and they pretend to be the band that's supposed to play there. And one of the Blues Brothers asks the person behind the counter, "Hey, what kind of music do y'all play around here?" "Oh, we got both kinds, country and Western." So that's both kinds. So they had to come up off their blues and find something country to play. Now, are you always country, or do you play other stuff?
I do play at church, so I play contemporary Christian a lot and hymns and that as well. I do like to throw a few. I mean, because I'm a '90s baby, so I love like Britney Spears and like NSYNC and like a little bit of the pop scene. So I try to add like an acoustic twist to certain songs, and I'll just throw it in the set, like "Tearing Up My Heart" by NSYNC. I'll throw that in there, like after I play Hank Sr., "Your Cheating Heart." So mix it up a little, I guess.
Mash it. Oh yes. Yeah. I mean, because all right, I saw Glee, and Glee was a great show, and I remember they used to do a lot of mashups along that same line. And if you could mash "Tearing Up My Heart" with "Your Cheating Heart," I would be so impressed.
I'll have to try that. I'll have to try that as a mashup.
Please do. That's a request from Keys Dan off the What Makes You Famous podcast, Miss Anna Brinker. Yes,
well, I will try that.
Thank you. I thank you very much. Looking forward to it. So, all right, we just became friends on Facebook. Hey, my newest Facebook friend, Anna Brinker.
Hey.
And make sure you look her up on Facebook. She's a good follow. There's always good country music coming out of there. And I see pictures of you and the hubby. That man, he's a goodie. I can see he supports you. I've already found his Instagram, Cruise Daddy, and he has all kinds of posters all about you.
And he makes those.
Yes, he does.
He creates them, so he's amazing.
Okay, now I know why you married him. He's a creator, and he can support your music.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm bouncing around a little bit. You ended up in Bald Knob.
Yes.
Okay, and that's where you graduated high school?
It is. Yes, sir. Bald Knob Bulldog.
Bald Knob Bulldogs. I think that's the first time I've ever heard Bald Knob Bulldogs. I didn't even know they had a high school.
It's beautiful. They actually, it was new. Like we were the first class to go all the way through it from 8th to 12th. But they've actually grown the campus so much. I honestly don't even know what all's there now. But it's definitely huge. And I promise that school, there's just something wonderful about it. It's, there was, when I went no cliques, there weren't really any, like everyone liked everyone. Everyone got along. It was just wonderful. So I have nothing but great stuff. I wish I lived close enough that when we have kids that our kiddos could go there. I love everybody there. So.
Okay. Yeah. I'm looking, it's population 2881. How big was your graduating class?
Oh gosh. I know I'm almost positive it was under 100.
Okay. I could see that. And everybody knew everybody, and you say everybody got along.
Yeah, as far as I can remember, there weren't really any. It was good. It was great. And going to a lot of schools as a kid and seeing kind of not the greats, to see that and to get to be there the whole, high school years and a couple of years of my middle school life. It was great. So.
Well, that's good. From bouncing around at an earlier age, you had some kind of a stability in your high school.
Yeah.
So you had the best of both worlds. Yes, you did see the country, and then you ended up in a good school in a good town. And do you still have a lot of friends from high school?
I do. I don't get to see them often, but we talk. And it may be a few months we go in between, but we just pick up right where we left off. I've got some really, really great friends. I was blessed with them. So
sweet.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what extracurriculars did you do in Bald Knob High School?
I think it was just choir and show choir. That was it.
No instruments?
No, not in high school. In elementary and middle school, before I moved to Bald Knob, I actually did play trumpet, clarinet, and flute.
Wow. You still play those?
I can play probably a couple notes. I can play the flute better than I can play the other two, but I could probably pick some stuff out if I picked them back up.
So which one was the hardest?
Oh, I'd say the hardest was probably the clarinet. Just because, now I think it would be the hardest.
I get it. So,
I loved the flute. It was wonderful.
So the hardest to pick back up then?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Do you still have a flute?
I don't, man, and I keep looking at flea markets like I want to pick one back up. Is that weird?
No, it's not weird. It's not weird. It'd be, anything you could bring to the show just adds that little flavor. If If you put down the
Doesn't
guitar for a
Lizzo-
second and then you throw up a flute and people will go,
Yeah.
what did she just do? What did Anna
swear.
Brinker just do?
Right. Well, that there's like a rap song by a girl called Lizzo, and it's called Truth Hurts, and I liked the song. It's just a good jam.
Yes.
Saturday rolling the windows down jam.
Yes.
So I got to like just looking up her stuff like on her Instagram. She plays a flute, and I mean she plays it like I'm almost positive she had like some like college training. Like it's amazing. If you ever get a chance, you should look it up. It's just
I'm looking it up right
fascinating
now.
to watch.
I'm looking it up right
crazy.
now. Truth Hurts by Lizzo. Official
Yes.
video on the YouTube.
I don't know if I don't think the flute's in that song, but there's something on her Instagram page. Maybe it is that song.
Yeah.
It's somewhere on there.
No, if that girl breaks out a flute, I'd be freaking out.
It's
That is
crazy.
great. Yes. All right.
It's cool.
Well, that's great. You have that in your background, and you have that to look forward to, possibly.
Yes.
Okay.
Just break it out one day.
Yes. So you mentioned Lizzo, and you mentioned your windows open on a Saturday. So if you're listening to Lizzo, is your neighborhood listening to Lizzo as well?
Yes.
Okay, good.
And anybody that I drive by.
Yes.
I mean,
Okay.
even on like the highway.
Okay.
They hear it
Just
too.
know on a Saturday, if you're anywhere in the 50-mile radius of Anna Brinker, whatever she's listening to, you're going to be listening to as well. She will broaden your mind musically.
That's right. I will share everything with you. Every song that I know, I will share with you.
Fantastic. All right. So, what year did you graduate high school, Bald Knob?
2008.
2008. Rules. All
Yeah,
right.
that's right.
You're quite a bit younger than I am. I'm 50. So, but I'm celebrating 50 because there was a Saturday Night Live skit where Molly Shannon used to say, "I'm 50. I can kick and stretch and kick. I'm 50." So I'm celebrating it. So I used to be really shy about telling my age because, in the entertainment business, you feel like the older you get, your shelf life is going, down.
There's like a timer. Is what you feel like.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that's not the case. That's not true. You just
That's right.
evolve. You go into different areas, different avenues.
That's right.
So 2010, you graduate.
Mm-hmm.
What happens?
I actually went to ASU BB for a couple of semesters, and I was going to try to like do early childhood education just because like I love kiddos and I love just watching them learn and grow. College just was not for me though. So I ended up, easing out of that. And honestly, about the time I eased out was when I got my first guitar right before I went into college, actually. And then I kind of tried to pursue it after I eased out of college. I don't want to say drop out.
No, I get it.
But
I've been to college a bunch of times.
Yeah.
There was quite a few days that I went to college.
I love it.
And I learned a couple things. I was paramedic for a little
Right.
while, like firefighter. And radio school. I've done that too. So
That's awesome.
I've been there, been the gambit. But most of the time, it's just what I go to college just enough to get that knowledge that I need to get me to the rest of the world. And I was going to ask you, when did you pick up the guitar? And you just told me just around 2010 in that area.
It was about, trying to think, 2007 or 2000, and I think it was right before I graduated. My dad got me my first guitar.
Okay,
Or
yes,
right
I
after,
forgot.
right
2008 was the graduation, and then you went to college for a little while. Did you do a couple years maybe?
I probably honestly maybe had through 2-3 semesters. I actually had gotten into college I had a music scholarship, and then I was what's the Arkansas State? Goodness help me.
Wait, with the so with
like
the
the
choir?
lottery scholarship? Yes.
You were that good in choir that you got a scholarship? That's great.
It was a small one, but it definitely paid for my books, I think. So.
Right.
Yeah.
No, that's amazing. I don't think I've ever met anybody who's had a choir scholarship of any kind.
That's cool.
So you're the first, Anna Brinker.
That's awesome.
Yes, it's very awesome, and that's amazing that your voice was that good that somebody thought, well, you know what, she needs to develop this. There might be something there, Anna Brinker, and who was it that gave you the scholarship? How did you get a hold of that?
I actually got the scholarship. What you had to do was go. You had to audition for it. I don't remember like super details, but I know I had to do an audition for because I guess I don't know. I'm trying to remember if they had just like a regular choir and then like a set choir, but it was it was that I had auditioned for, and then I think the scholarship was like $300 or $500, and ended up helping me pay for some stuff like my books and bag and all that stuff.
You're right. So, pay for the books. I get it.
Yeah.
$300 to $500. It's not going to be a lot, but hey, it's something.
Yeah.
That's great. Right. You earned, and that's the first thing that you earned with your voice.
Yeah. Yeah.
How about that, Anna Brinker? That is awesome. Okay.
Great.
So this is so now 2008, you're out of high school. 2009, you want to be maybe childcare, you said?
Yeah.
That was that was the first thing you wanted to be when you grew up?
First thing, yeah.
And so how far did you get into childcare? Did you take care of some kids?
It was not very far. I mean, back in when we first moved to Bald Knob, it was probably around 2006, 2007, in my middle school and high school years, I had actually started helping with a church there, and I would help with VBS in the summer, and it would be like the 4, 5, and 6 year olds, and man, they're just cool, and just the cutest little things, and they say the darndest things, and they just when you see them pick up something or learn something, it's just that you can see the light come on, and it just made my heart really happy. So I thought that's what I wanted to do, but honestly, it was just. Like I started to register for it and started to get going on it, and I was just like, man, all of these prerequisites, all the basic classes you had to have, it was a lot. So I just kind of eased on out of it.
So you just wanted to get to your life.
Yeah, I wanted to teach, but without having to go through all of that.
Yes.
It doesn't work like that, I guess.
I'm not sure what a substitute teacher's certificate is. Maybe you can still do it part-time, but hey,
maybe so.
Maybe we'll put a pin in that and get back to it. So,
that's
all right. After the college wasn't for you, what did you do next?
My dad had, trying to think if he either read in the paper about it or heard from somebody about it in Conway. There was a little place called the Mid-South Opry, and Dixie, is it Harrison? Yes, Dixie Harrison. Her husband, he's passed now, but his name was Moose, and he was kind of a big part of the older Nashville. So she wanted to bring that to Arkansas. So she opened the Mid-South Opry there. It was there for a little bit, and my dad would drive me down in our big old gas guzzling van and let me play and practice and get a feel for it. And I think that's the first time that I had learned a traditional country song, and it was Satin Sheets by Jeannie Pruitt.
Yes, I know the song.
I love that song.
Go ahead, sing a little bit of it.
Oh, man. Okay, are you ready?
Satin sheets. Go ahead.
That's right. Satin sheets to lie, satin pillows to cry on. That's all I got for the minute.
That's perfect.
I love that song.
I'm gonna cry in a second. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. All right. Anna Brinker. You got me. You got me good.
Aww.
No, and I do karaoke all the time, and I do get that song is a pretty popular karaoke song, and when it's done well, it's done well. I can feel it.
Song.
Oh, the classics never die. Never. It's the basics, and everything is derivative from those songs. Even all the new. Well, I guess we could talk about the styles of music, how things are changing, because you talked about your dad playing, Hank and Hank Sr., not Hank Jr., maybe a little Hank Jr., possibly some Waylon and the classics, and then how things are changing and evolving in country music. Like the new country, it sounds like rock and roll.
It does.
Like the old rockabilly.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
My stance on this has always been, like, I am open to all genres. Like, whatever moves me, I like. But if it's not like country, I think it needs to have a different name.
Yeah.
Like, or an addition to the name, or like, but it shouldn't, I don't know. Like, that's just kind of how I've always thought. Like, I love it. Absolutely love. Like, Florida Georgia Line, I can roll my windows down on a Saturday and let everyone listen to them.
Everybody come around. We're listening to Florida Georgia Line today. I get it, and I know that was a very leading question, but really, I put no limits on music, no limits on creativity. If you want to put a little mixing and scratching in the middle of your twangy song, do it.
Yeah,
do
that's
it.
right.
Hire a DJ and have them get on his techniques while you're playing your guitar. Add that flavor. But so, yes, the rockabilly, and I remember I heard an interview way back with Hank Sr., if I'm not mistaken, and he was much older, and he said it really wasn't country music, it was just music. There was no genres of music, it was just people playing whatever. And then the radio station started changing it up, started dividing it up into sections to where. And I have my online radio station, radiowhat.com, and I'll play everything.
That's awesome.
If I like it, I'm going to play it. And if I get the chance, I'm going to play some Anna Brinker on there.
Awesome.
As soon as if you have anything produced. So
yeah.
And we'll talk about that for sure.
Cool.
Put a pin in that one. So, okay, sure. Anna Brinker, you are just now getting to Conway, and when you mentioned Conway and you talked about this Opry, I had no idea. I guess it must have closed down before I got here. It is
actually, oh gosh, what is it now? Is it, oh God, I'm going to get like, is it TC's Midtown?
I know TC's.
They're back in that strip, right?
Okay, yes, and that strip.
Right where they are, that's where the Mid-South Opry was. It did not look like it does now.
Wow.
That's where it was.
And right now, that is a great local venue for local musicians. Have you been in there to play?
I've only been in there once. And yes, I got to play. Luke Williams was there.
Yes, my boy, Luke.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite redheads in the whole wide world.
Yes, he was awesome enough to let me hop up there with him and sing a little Pistol Annie's. So.
Oh, he's a goodie. Yeah. He is a goodie. I've gotten to work with him quite a few times over the years. So yes. Okay. So you've played with the likes of Luke Williams. And so you pick up this guitar, and who teaches you how to play it?
My dad. He showed me a few chords. Traditional country is 4 or 5 chords. And so that's kind of all that he really ever needed to know, because he writes songs. And when I say he writes songs, I mean, he's got like notebooks front and back on pages, like inside a big plastic tub, like filled.
Did he let some of those songs out to the world?
Yeah, my first single was called The Possum. It's a song that he wrote. It's about George Jones, and it's actually available on iTunes. So
yes.
Find
it. Anna Brinker Music, iTunes. Find it. All right. And that's your first.
Yes, we have a lot of stuff. Like, I actually just put an original, just a cover, or not a cover, but like I did a video in my bathroom just a little bit ago of a new original. So
yep,
I'm always in my tub.
No, so. I see that. I see that. I'm looking on your Instagram right now. It's If Strings Could Talk.
Yes, If Strings Could Talk.
Oh, that's goodness.
That's my newest.
Yes.
And I had help on that one from my friend, Lauren Richmond. And if you haven't yet, you need to check her out, because, man, she's something special. So
Will do.
Yeah.
Shout out Laura Richmond.
Yes.
Very good. And it's always good to build the people up, to bring to talk about the people that helped you along the way and the people that inspire you and that are that you're playing with. Yes, we need to build each other up. That's the whole reason I started this podcast is, you know, I've been on radio since 86. Yes, 1986. I'm an old man.
That's awesome.
Okay. And I've done little interviews that usually they're 10 to 15 minute interviews. Hey, where are you going to be tonight? Okay, we'll see you there. Next.
Yeah.
You know, and with these long form interviews, I get to build a little bit more and dig into people's stories a little bit. And you have knowledge. Everyone has a story. Anna Brinker has a story. And you are telling that story. You've been all over this country, and dad's a truck driving guitar player, and mom, waitress, and
mama, stay at home mama.
Yes.
She was there. We have, man, she's amazing.
Yes.
She's nothing short of amazing.
How many brothers and sisters?
Well, see, there's a big age difference in my parents.
Okay.
My dad is 83 this year, and my mom's going to be 54 in October.
Go get him.
So
okay.
There's an age difference there.
Okay. There's got to be a story there.
There is. They've been married for 30 years this past April.
Yes.
So Mama had 2 kids. Daddy had 4 back when he was younger. And so all of my brothers and like my sister are my mom's age or older.
Okay.
On my dad's side. I've got 2 sisters and 4 brothers. I've lost 2 brothers and 1 sister.
Oh.
They're awesome. I mean, the song that I wrote though is about my brother Rodney, who passed in 2012. Oh. I actually have one of his old guitars, so that's kind of where that sprang from. He and I, he did music like me and Dad, and I love all my other siblings more than words.
Yes.
But when you have like a music connection, it just kind of gets you. So, but yeah, so I kind of a big family, but then I'm the only one that Mom and Dad had together. So I'm still technically an only child in a sense. The baby, you know, I have only baby child syndrome, I guess.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Well, they treated you like the only child, but you still, you had all these siblings.
I was the only one left at home.
Right.
Everyone else was grown and, you know,
and you mentioned the siblings that passed away, but through pain comes inspiration and creativity, and that's what happened. And you are preserving the memory of them through song. You're putting it out there.
Absolutely.
Are these songs that are all produced and available on iTunes, I guess?
We kind of have some things in the works that aren't out just yet.
Yes.
Big things coming, hopefully. Hopefully I get to tell you about them soon, but they're definitely on their way. I've been working with Dylan's Garage. They're a part of Taylor House Music. Okay. Again, if you haven't, you should check them out.
We'll shout out Taylor House Music. Where are they at?
Yes. They have a couple different locations. The one that I go to, Dylan's Garage, is in Fort Smith.
Okay.
They have just opened a studio in Nashville as well. So it's really exciting. I mean, BJ is the gentleman who owns Taylor House Music. BJ Taylor is, and James Henry is the songwriter, the main songwriter there. And man, he's just talented as heck. And Dylan Taylor is BJ's son, and he does all of my recording and tracking for me and getting it all right. And man, they're just awesome. And they kind of see your vision and they hear where you're going with your songs and make it come to life. So we've got, man, I'd say 4 or 5 others done, but not out yet. And then I've got 3 or 4 more that I've written, and we're going to hopefully get those recorded and maybe start pushing them out. So
I'm glad you brought that out, Anna Brinker, because there's one thing that to be a singer songwriter, it's good to have a good producer. This is like an editor in a film, because the director and the writer and the screenplay writer could have a vision, but you have to have somebody that's impartial.
Absolutely.
That yes, they care about you, they care about the music, but they've done this many times to where they can structure this, and this is what you have.
Yes. Yeah.
Fantastic.
They're awesome.
Yeah, brag on them.
Yeah, I mean it. They're all wonderful, and I've got an awesome videographer. His name is Soupy. He's from here in Stuttgart, and he actually
Is that his God-given name, Soupy?
it's actually Supagon Bunapai.
Okay,
So
all right. I can see why we went with
call him
Soupy.
For
For economy.
Yeah. He actually did the video for the possum, and we shot that. Our trip to Nashville, because we shot it at George Jones. The George Jones, that restaurant there in Nashville, and then also like the George Jones Museum there, and then his graveside, we wanted to get a shot there. So all of that is in that video that Soupy did, and that trip to Nashville from here was like 24 hours round trip. Got the whole video, everything. So
what?
it was awesome, and he's amazing.
You must have been one tired gal.
Oh Lord, I was exhausted, but it was so much fun. Daddy got to go, and he was in the video too. So.
Soupy was in the video.
Oh no, my dad.
Dad was in the video.
Mm-hmm.
That's fantastic.
It was wonderful.
Yes. All right. So yes, and I'm so happy. I know we glossed over
yes.
it. Your mom. Stay-at-home mom, hardest job in the whole wide world. No, I don't want it. I'll work 5 and 10 jobs to keep my wife at home. Yes.
I've apologized to her as an adult. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I was a tiny little brat. I know I was sometimes, and it was hard on you, but you took it like a champ, and you took it with grace. So
oh yeah.
I have to give props to Mama. She's wonderful.
Absolutely. So okay, so she now when your mom and dad got together, they already had kids that were grown then?
Mom had, let's see, they got married in 89.
She'd be 20 in her 20s, I guess.
Mm-hmm. She was 24.
Yeah.
And he would have been, hold on, why can't I do math?
I know, math hard.
He would have been like, yes, it is.
30 years ago, he's 53 or so.
Yeah. So, and everyone's like, we give you 6 months.
Oh,
you'll never last. And they were kind of wild back in the day. I mean, I was kind of wild back in my day. So
how so? Tell the stories.
Well, that's kind of so. My friend and I, Searcy is a dry county, so there was nowhere when you turned 21 to go and hang out and have a drink.
Oh yeah, Faulkner County's a dry county. We got the alcoholics to prove it. Every Mexican restaurant has alcohol for some reason.
Yes.
So all right, so Searcy's a dry county.
Except the VFW.
Except the VFW. Find your local VFW.
That's right. We used to go in karaoke, and that's where I met my friend Chris Bryant. He actually helped me get onto a gig later. So at the time later, but we used to dance and karaoke and have a ball, and we used to, and of course now Searcy has a few more spots that have got their liquor license, but that was just kind of where we could go at the time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
Okay, I think I've
the good old days.
Okay, and then so you're a karaoke girl. That was where you get your chops in. What's your go-to karaoke song?
Oh man, Born to Fly by Sarah Evans.
Yes.
That's my jam.
Yes, a good one. In fact, I heard it today walking into a place, and I went, "Hey, Sarah Evans." And the girl behind the counter said, "Yeah, how'd you know that?" And I was just walking through. So, yes. Oh, I heard it today. Wow, that's amazing.
Awesome.
Okay.
Crazy.
Do you still go karaoke every once in a while?
Man, I haven't done it in so long.
That's what happens. Once you become some kind of a pro or semi-pro, you start wanting to just hold it back to where you're the creator. You're creating your own songs now. You got that gene passed down from dad, and he taught you how to play guitar, and then you went to Conway. You played at the old Opry, which is now TC's.
That's right.
Okay, and then where did you go from there?
From there, I sort of eased my way out of that just because it didn't seem to be going where I wanted it to go. Okay. In the sense of where in my mind I thought it should. So that's when I sort of started, like I got my own apartment and it was probably right as I was 19 or 20 at that time. And that's when as I was turning 21, after I got my apartment, that's when I started going to the VFW and just singing there and learning new songs on the guitar and trying to write my own stuff and car hopping at Sonic and just sort of had my little me time, a few years. And then the year, I guess it was 2012 was when I met my husband.
Hooray!
So, yeah.
What a great year.
I know, it was wonderful.
Okay. Okay, I think I found Chris Bryan. I knew I recognized that name. He's Big C's Entertainment, right?
That's right.
Yay, Chris Bryan. I feel like I've either met him or we've chatted one time or another. But yeah.
He's such a good guy. He's awesome.
All right. So let's go with how Anna Brinker met her husband.
Okay, are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Dun, dun, dun.
Strapping in.
All right, so I met my husband on a dating site. Don't tell him. I mean, he's going to hear it on the podcast. But so he actually, it was kind of funny. His, like you have like little pickup lines you can put by your name.
I've never used one, but go ahead.
Well, you can.
I've never used a pickup line.
It was, I say pickup line. Is it
I lied.
Still? Oh, I thought you had used pickup lines. So I guess it's like a headliner, and his was willing to lie about how we met.
Okay, I've never done a dating site, so yes, that is cool.
Now let me tell you something though. Like, he was the only one. It was creepy other than him on that website. It's not, and that was, of course, I guess 7 years ago. But for the longest time, because back then it was new, so it was like, oh, you met him where? So my close friends knew, and like my family knew, and but like for the longest time, someone like we'd be together, and someone would be like, well, how did y'all meet? And I'd look at him, and I'd be like, oh, I picked him up on the side of the road, and I would just like trail off into something else,
right?
Because I was like, I mean, I don't know, and now I'm like, man, we met online, okay?
Yeah, it's people meet online now. That's right, what they do.
It's a thing.
And you were cutting edge into that.
Right.
You were ahead of your time.
Everybody else.
That's right. And so everyone was a creeper except for your hubby dubby.
Except him. He was wonderful.
Yes, that's great. Yeah. Okay, so you met, you fell in love, then
that's right.
You got married. How long? How long did it take? Was it a whirlwind, or did it take a little while?
It took a minute. He's one of those guys that he likes to do things in his own time.
I like.
Now I, on the other hand, have negative 50 patience. So,
perfect.
So one day, I guess, let's see. So we got together in 2012. The end of 2014, I was like, man, you got to know by now. Do you want to marry me? Do you not? Like, I need to know, because I just need to know. It's me. And so I ended up somehow, he was like, okay, well, will you marry me? Like, it was a big thing. So then we ended up in 2015 getting married. Yes. And yeah, so we've been together and just happy.
Fantastic.
It's just, life is good with him. So. Oh,
I'm seeing happy pictures with him. He's a good looking dude. You look great together. That's fantastic.
Well, and he's an entire foot taller than me. He's 6'7". So I can wear heels anytime I want.
Well,
it's awesome.
Yeah, and he can reach the stuff on the top shelf. That's fine.
Or hide stuff from me.
Oh,
that
no.
happens too.
Oh, no.
I'm like, come on, I'll just get a chair.
Yes. All right. So we got the how you met your hubby, and he's very supportive. I can see that. I see it.
He's wonderful.
Okay. So Anna Brinker, we're learning about you. You've got your music a little bit, but I want to put a hold on the music, and let's talk about insurance. Is that your company that you do?
No, I work for some awesome guys. They're out of Marietta and Forest City. It's Mark Smith and Drew Higginbotham. They own Smith and Company Insurance.
Okay.
And we've got, 4, 5, 6 different locations. And I work, of course, at one of them in Stuttgart. We have 2 there. and I started there back in 2014. So in November of this year, I'll be there 5 years, and they're wonderful to work for. And I never, I mean, as a kid, I was not, I never thought, I'd like to work insurance. But now that I'm doing it, I like to help folks save money and, help, get their stuff protected and insured like it needs to be, and make sure they're good. Cause I don't know, before I started there, I never would have thought of it, but now I like it. So.
Hey, the insurance racket is a good gig. It is.
It is.
And
it really is.
Okay, I tell people when they try to get into the entertainment business, it's good to have a steady gig.
Yes.
And I'd say I call it my insurance job. And here you are in insurance, and it's your insurance job.
My insurance job is my insurance job.
While you pursue your passions, insurance is good. It's steady. There's a check on Friday, and it's something that you can do to help people, to protect themselves. And meanwhile, you get to pursue the other half of your brain. Use the other half of your brain and get the music out there. So
awesome.
I'm looking at your Facebook. It says Crumb Insurance Agency. Is that not right?
Well, it is. It's still, because that's who, like, that agency, the Crumb Insurance Agency. As I came in 2014, the guys purchased Crumb Insurance from Mike Crumb. He still does life and health in the office, and he's been there since, I believe, the 80s. So everyone in Stuttgart is just used to Crumb Insurance.
Okay.
So we didn't want to change how we answered the phones just yet, and all that stuff. I think that's in the works, but.
Well, good. I put a like on that page, and go ahead and tell the address for the people.
Yes, we are located at 604 South Main in Stuttgart.
There you go. Go get your insurance from Anna Brinker.
That's right.
And that'll help her to pursue her music career. All right.
Yes.
So we got the day job down, and now let's get to the night job. You're a singer, songwriter. You play guitar for the most part. What kind of guitar do you have?
Oh, I have a few. I have the newest one that I have is an Epiphone EJ200. It's a 96 model. It was actually a gift from Pam Clark. Shout out to Pam. We love her to pieces. She's been a huge supporter of my music, and she has helped us in more ways than I could even say thank you for. So I came home one night, and there was a guitar case on the counter, and I'm like, what's that for? And Cruz has his phone out, like, videoing me. And I'm like, okay, this is a setup. First of all, I don't know why you didn't let me know. And I'm a crier, so I think that video's on my page somewhere. I'm like a big ball baby. But it's been, I love it. It's got a deep tone, and it feels like home when I play it. So it's my baby. But I have a Breedlove. I have another Epiphone, my original Abilene that I started out with. I got gifted from one of my best friend's parents for a birthday present, a little Fender Electric. And then my brother's acoustic guitar, I have his. So I've got a few of them.
I like it.
Only play a few, but the others just kind of hang out.
Which one are you hugging on your Anna Brinker music page?
That will be my Epiphone, my baby, my EJ200.
The one from
Pam.
From Pam.
Yeah.
Oh, shout outs to Pam. All right. Well, that's right. That picture is just lovely. And I'm definitely going to use that one as the cover for this podcast.
Well, thank you.
Oh, well, thank you, Anna Brinker, for sure. And I'm, we're learning a little bit about you. Let's, you did your first song with your dad, and I guess he produced it, or who recorded that one, or when was that recorded?
The Possum was recorded last summer. That was actually recently. Also at Dylan's garage.
Okay.
And Daddy wrote it. Cruz added a verse in, and then I came up with the melody and put it all together. So we're all three listed as songwriters on it. We have the little, of course, copyright certificate, and so we definitely. We wanted Daddy to be included because that's where it came from. Yes. So, and he and I actually got to see George Jones back in 2013 when he was at Forest City. It was right before he passed away. And man, we were probably 7 rows from the stage. I got him tickets for Christmas in 2012. And man, that for me was kind of the turning point.
Yes.
As far as lighting that fire under my butt, because I was like, oh my God, this is a living legend up here on stage. And, you know, my dad just held my hand through the whole concert. I could see him tearing up.
Yes.
Man, it made me tear up. And I'm getting chills talking about it. It just was a wonderful memory with my dad. Oh. So it was beautiful. So, and I loved seeing George Jones. And of course you could tell he was a little ill at the time, but man, he just kept going. He just put on that show. Yeah. So.
Because that's what he does. That's what a performer does. You have to play the show must go on.
That's right.
That's the feeling. And then when you're in front of all those people, you just, wow, you get that energy from that crowd.
That's true.
I won't give it up. People go, you know, sometimes I think, maybe I'm too old to DJ. You know, maybe I'm losing touch with the kids, you know, and I'll go to a kid party, I'll go to a prom, and wow, I guess I'm doing okay. Everybody seems to like what I'm doing. Okay, so after you get this possum song, how do you put it up on iTunes? But are you playing?
My husband did. He does all of that.
Are you playing in front of anybody? A year ago, this is when you're going full gun. I started really doing gigs. I think it was 2017 is when I did, that's when I started really jumping into the gigging scene. Like before that, I would do like stuff at home, like at Bald Knob. I do like the Home Fest every now and again, just sort of little things. And now, like my calendar right now, I am booked up every weekend other than this weekend. And I think October, I have a weekend in October that I'm not booked up all the way through the end of November. Yes, please.
Every weekend. So it's awesome. But some days I just need some sleep because it's, you know, the 9 to 5, 8 to 5, Monday to Friday, and then the weekend stuff and driving. It's tiring, but I love it.
Yeah.
So
okay.
So it's definitely progressed a little since we started.
to tour, to really go outside of the state, it would take a toll on your family. I think you know
it would.
It's a sacrifice. You know. So some people don't know to be a musician that tours all over even outside of your own state, even a few hours away, it takes away from your family.
It does.
And it's a sacrifice that you'd have to make. But
that's right.
You know, it's something that, you know, you have to weigh it out. And so do you have any children yourself?
Not yet. We just have our 3 dogs and cat named Fancy.
See, and even they need love too. So
they do.
The cat's so fancy. That's great. You are country.
I actually just got her on my birthday.
Hey,
I went and picked her up, and it was August 6th. My husband, we had come back from looking at a spot we were going to do a video shoot at, and I had showed him a picture of this cat, and I was like, "Man, isn't she cute?" And he's like, and just kind of looked at me and smiled and looked away, and I'm like, I think I need to go to town, which I call town Stuttgart because we're a little bit out of town. But and we get back to the house, and I looked into my sash, and you know, if you're going with me to get the cat, or if you're not going to go with me to get the cat. And he said, I'm going to go with you to keep you from getting the cat. And then we came home with Fancy. So
of course you did.
It was awesome.
If Anna's happy, everybody's happy.
That's it. That's exactly right.
All right. So, all right, you did your first song. Now, if you're going to be playing anywhere, you have to have quite a few more songs in your pocket.
That's right.
Are you doing covers or originals?
No, I have I think I've got 4 or 5. I'm trying to think in my head already completely recorded that just aren't released yet, and then I have 3 or 4 more that I currently have written that I haven't got to go to the studio yet, just due to timing and scheduling. But so hopefully I'd say maybe in the next 4 to 6 months ish, I should have a complete EP released. I'm thinking. So I'm hoping.
I'm hoping too. Anna Brinker, get to the garage. You got to get to work.
That's right. I need to.
Shout out to Dylan once again.
Yes.
All right. Okay. So do you do covers? I guess you do, right?
I do. Yeah. I do a lot of different covers. I actually, I probably do 5 to 8 originals per set when I go play, but I can play up to 3 to 4 hours.
Okay, that's about
acoustic,
60
so
songs or so.
yeah, it's a lot.
Okay, yeah, about 15 songs an hour for people that don't
Yeah.
know. And then in the middle, in between, you can do a little storytelling, and
That's right.
musicians usually do about a 45-minute set, and then take a 15-minute break.
That's
but
exactly what I do.
That's right.
Perfect.
Hey, it is perfect. I'm just letting people know, for people that don't know how gigging goes for live music, and so primarily is it you and the guitar, or do you have anybody else that plays with you?
That's it for now. We are definitely like I'm at that point. Well, my husband says I'm at that point, and I agree, but that it's probably time to go ahead and get like a second acoustic guitar along with some shows and start to adding some people in and slowly just kind of growing hopefully a band one of these days.
Yeah, I could see a keyboard and percussion, and that would, I think you could probably get away with that to start with. And I know quite a few solo guitarists that have done that. Get a backbeat and get a keyboard and on the road you go.
And I had thought about getting one of those little kick drums, like for your shoe, like the little like a little tiny, just to try it out, just to do a little at home stuff.
Yeah, it gets a little was it cartoonish? If you start playing all those instruments, because I remember there was people when I was in New Orleans and San Francisco, there'd be people in the middle of the street with a harmonica strap. Yes, exactly. With the cymbals between their knees and just doing their thing, and they sounded great. They sounded great, but it
looks a little crazy.
It's for busking, I think that's a perfect thing, but for a touring musician,
not so much.
But the strap on the harmonica if you can, or for you, strap on the flute. Do it.
That's right.
Do it. I want to hear that flute come out of you, Miss Anna Brinker.
I'm gonna try to do that for you.
So
I will.
Oh, you will. You will. You do it for you. I appreciate that you say that. Now, the husband, is he your manager? Because it sounds like he's pushing you along.
I mean, I would call him that.
Okay.
Genuinely, he reaches out to the venues and helps, because during the day not that he has all the time in the world, but he likes to do it. He enjoys it, and I genuinely, I don't know, like, I appreciate him so much. So I don't even know if I don't think I'd be where I'm at right now with my music or my life period just without him. So
yeah, it's good to have somebody in your corner. Oh, for sure. Yeah. He does insurance with you as well?
No, he actually currently works at Farmers Aerial Seed. That's hard for me to say for some reason.
Oh, okay. All right. Shout out.
Yeah. He helps load up the little crop dusters and get the crops all fertilized. And
ooh, big, strong man.
Likes it. That's right. He's got the muscles.
Yeah, he does. All right, good. You got him to protect you, and you got a bouncer if somebody starts to get, I want pictures, Miss Anna Brinker, pictures. You're gonna get too famous.
Oh gosh.
Remember me when we had this podcast? Remember?
Oh, I promise I'll always remember you.
You are the sweetest, Miss Anna Brinker. I appreciate you saying that. Now, okay. Gigs coming up.
Yes.
What do you got in the works? So you say you got some songs that are in your pocket. Some are ready to be laid down. How many tracks you got already right now? You said 4 or 5 that are.
I would say safely, other than the possum, I've got, I want to say 5.
5.
Other than the possum that are. Because like we said, the possum's out. I'd probably have 4 or 5 done right now in a folder. And then I've got 3 or 4 more new songs that I've written just in the last couple months that I'm ready to do something with too. So. How
many on iTunes? Just the possum?
Just the possum of right now.
Okay.
Hopefully we'll have a lot more for y'all soon.
Okay. All right. Any good response on the possum?
Yeah. The video I think has. It wasn't ginormous, but it was definitely awesome. Whiskey Riff had shared it. I think that was February of this year. It was on a couple different Spotify playlists, and then the video itself on Facebook, I think, has like 34,000 views. It's not huge, but it's definitely big for me. So We're excited with what's happening. So I'm hoping that my next few songs get some views like that and get out so folks can hear them.
Yeah, you're almost at 3,000 views on that one. And wow, that is amazing.
Wait, which one?
The possum.
Yes, it's crazy. That
and
it just kind of
you just got a new subscriber. Look at that. How'd that happen?
How awesome. Oh my gosh.
No, it's fantastic. And yeah, you just put that up in August, and hey, you got quite a few videos out there showcasing your work, Anna Brinker.
Yes, sir.
Okay, any gigs coming up? You said that you have some gigs coming up. What kind of gigs do you do? Do you do parties or weddings, or is it all bars or restaurants?
Kind of all of the above. I've got a farmer's market in Searcy.
Yes.
The 31st of this month, we have a private wedding ceremony that I'm getting to play on the first weekend of September.
Yes.
And then I've got the Pope County Fair on the 14th. We're going to the Josie Awards on September 21st.
What's Josie?
Oh, they are. It's like it's an award show for music for singers and musicians and such. And I'm up for. I cannot tell you exactly which ones because the names are lengthy and I don't have it in my head right now. But I'm up for 4 different nominations for that. I know it's like Female Vocalist Rising Star. The Possum's up for Video of the Year there. And then there's a couple others under traditional country that I cannot bring to my mind right now that I'm up for. So Dad's going to go with us to that. And then the last week of September, I'm playing in Marietta at Autumn on the Square.
Yes.
So, and then I help out the American Veteran Outdoors. I'm gonna play at one of their weekend hunts. I think it's maybe the second week of November, October. I've got it all written down somewhere.
Look at you. You're getting out there. Well, I noticed your page, annabrinker.com.
Yes.
And you have a lot of your events, the past events and stuff that's coming up as well. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Woo! That girl's working. You're out there.
Yes, sir.
You're getting out there, Anna Brinker. And this is really only a year into it. And you are that takes confidence, and I'm impressed. I'm impressed already.
Well, thank you.
No, Miss Anna Brinker. What's okay? So we know where you're from. We know where you are right now. What's in the future for Anna Brinker?
Man, I would love to just get to play music. I'd like for that to be my primary, and of course that everyone's a dreamer, so this is my dreamer dream.
Sure.
I would love for it to be how I get to make a living, and regardless of being known all around, it just would be nice for that to be, for me to get to play places and that to be, what makes my living, I guess.
It's in the blood. You had that cross country truck driving, guitar playing dad, and then you had your stay at home mom that kept you safe and taught you right from wrong. I'm sure,
right.
And she's still around then.
She is. And she's spunky as ever.
Does she go to things with you?
She does. She actually got to come to the Arkansas Country Music Awards show with us this year. Yes. My husband and I attended last year, and Mom and Dad got to go with us this round.
Oh, my goodness. That's great. Yeah. Oh, I'm so impressed. I'm so happy that I get a chance to talk to you, Miss Anna Brinker Music.
Too.
And we definitely have to catch up from time to time as things progress. I want to know more.
Absolutely.
Anything you want to tell the people?
Honestly, I just really hope that folks will take a minute to check out my music, just because it's my heart. And I know that I've been touched by songs that other folks have written and played and sang. And I just kind of want to, if any of my songs can do that for even just one person, it would just make my entire day. So
yes,
just
Anna
check
Brinker.
it out.
What's the best way to find you, Anna Brinker?
I am on Instagram, Facebook. You can find me at annabrinker.com as well. A lot of my, as you said, a lot of my events that we have done are on there. But the main thing that I do is my Facebook. It's Anna Brinker Music. So you can always find me there.
Okay. Now, who's doing your website? Because it's up to date. You'd say it was the stuff that you've done, but yeah, I got
it's new stuff.
Yeah, I got new stuff. Who's doing?
Definitely not me.
The only old things I have is August 15th and August 18th. You had the farmers market, and then August 25th, September 1st, September 6th, September 7th, 15th, 29th, October 13th, December 8th. Yep. You got stuff coming.
Yeah, that's my husband all the way.
Yay, hubby!
I'm telling you, he's amazing.
Oh, he's on
awesome.
It. He is on
it. And again,
it.
if I ever make any money, I will definitely give him a cut.
You get a little taste.
That's right. We'll split it. Our $12.
Oh yeah. What's his main hobby? What does he like to do?
He is amazingly talented at drawing and painting, and his mind is so artistic. And I mean, even like web design and graphic design, he like his mind is just beautiful. It just, I cannot even stress how like he can sit down and draw like the Wolverine from X-Men.
What? Okay. Yeah.
And there's actually a video on his page. If you ever get bored and get a minute, he did a video. We have an iPad and it has like a program on there that he can draw on, and it shows like step by step what he did. And then it shows you the finished product. It's freaking cool. And I'll actually share it on my music page once I find it.
I'm already stalking him on his Facebook.
Yes.
It's all about you. You know, at least all the public stuff.
He's good to me. He's amazing.
Yeah, all the public stuff is all about you. So he's always pushing you up, and that's great.
Yeah.
So he's into art. When you make your first million, buy him the 64 pack of crayons.
That's right. Oh, and duck hunting, because stuck art. Duck capital of the world. Dude is obsessed with it.
All right.
I'll buy him some waders too.
Shout out to Stuttgart.
Crayons.
The Stuttgart. What is it? Stuttgart.
Rice and duck capital of the world.
All right, Anna Brinker. Thank you so much. Any last words for the people?
Man, I need them to tune into your podcast because you're cool and you're awesome to talk to. I've enjoyed talking with you and sharing me with you, like my story and like behind me. So I appreciate you for letting me come on.
Hooray! Well, I'm going to put all your links to your social media and of course AnnaBrinker.com. I'll put them in the show notes and I'll probably have it loaded up within the hour or so.
Oh, you're amazing. Thank you.
You are ever forward, Anna Brinker Music.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for chit-chatting with me. We'll talk again.
All right. Talk to you later.
Well, there you have it, party people. Anna Brinker Music. She is an up-and-coming star on the rise, and you got to hear just a little bit about her. I'm sure that's not the entire story. I mean, that's a good bit of story. My goodness, she's been all over this country of ours, living with truck driving, guitar playing dad, and stay at home mom who she did some waitressing. She did a little bit of waitressing, but mostly stay at home mom. Hardest job in the whole wide world. Thanks, Mom. And thanks, Dad, for teaching Anna Brinker how to play guitar and teaching her, giving her the tools she needs to write and sing songs. And yeah, in Bald Knob, she's an amazing singer, so amazing. She got a little scholarship to go off to college. How about that? Have you made any money with your voice? No. Well, don't be jealous. I'm sure you have a talent as well. But this seems to be Anna Brinker's place, at least in life. Her dream is to sing for you, the people, the people of the world. So find Anna Brinker Music online everywhere. Check out The Possum. It's a great song. It really is. Primarily about George Jones. And then here she gets to go and see George Jones with her papa. Papa. Yes. Oh, amazing. I never got a chance to see George Jones, but I'm glad you did, Anna Brinker. Thanks for chit-chatting with me on the What Makes You Famous podcast. I appreciate you. And make sure that if you are listening, you find the show notes and check out all the links to Anna Brinker's music and follow her. That's right. Put a like on every page. Do it. Do it right now. I'll wait. All right. That's it for this edition of What Makes You Famous. If you want to tell your story, I encourage you to give me a call at 501-470-6386 or email info@radiowhat.com. That's it for this edition of What Makes You Famous. It's Keys Dan, radiowhat.com, djlittlerock.com. Peace. I'm out of here.
Radio What? The music you want. Hey guys, this is Shelly G with a fast fact. The first animation picture to be nominated for Best Picture Oscar was Disney's Beauty and the Beast in 1991. It did not win, however. Do you have a fast fact? Share it with us at Interactive Radio, radiowhat.com.
Hey, Keys Dan. What you doing? My line.
I'm playing the best music by request 24 hours a day. Click on the request tab at the top of radiowhat.com.
radiowhat.com.